Okay, so now we're going to do phonemic awareness. We've done concepts about print. Now we're doing phonemic awareness. Okay? Phonemic awareness is recognizing the language. That language is made of individual sounds called phonemes. P-H-O-N-E-M-E-S. Phonemes. Okay? I can remember it by the little song, Do You Hear What I Hear? Because it's all about sound. Thus, the big old, you see? Big old ear. Okay? Phonemic awareness, again, is about the sounds that students hear. Again, we're not introducing print at this point, books and print. We are getting students to focus in on the sounds that they hear. The sounds that they hear. And in focusing in on the sounds that they hear, we're also going to study phonology, which is the study of sounds and all that can be done to them, to study them. Okay? Phonological awareness is what it's called. Be very careful that you understand there's phonemic awareness and there's phonological awareness. Phonemic awareness deals with what they hear, the sounds that they hear in words, and phonological awareness deals with what you can do to words while manipulating sounds. Okay? I'll be elaborating on that. Excuse me. It has to do phonology has to do with rhyming, blending, and segmenting. Okay? So, understanding that phonemic awareness deals with the phonemes, and the way that they write a letter on paper when we're talking about phonemes is they write / the letter and /. So that lets you know that we're talking about a sound. Okay? It looks like this. It's a little messy, but let me show you. See? / P /. So we're talking about the phonetics. Okay? All right? Not a great example because P is making the F sound, but nonetheless. Okay? So, in phonemic awareness, we need to focus on the spoken words. Spoken words are made up of individual identifiable sounds. We need to focus on segmenting those sounds. We need to understand that letters that go to sounds are learned. Decoding is learned. So, while students are learning concepts about print in kindergarten, they're also starting to learn phonological awareness as well. So this is one area that goes hand in hand. Okay? Concepts about print and phonological awareness go hand in hand. And they begin in kindergarten in the forms of songs, pictures, activities, beginning sounds, dissecting words by sound, putting words together by sound. But remember, no printed letters. Okay? So, just to recap my big giant ear, phonemic awareness has 4 elements to it. Initial and final sound identification using spoken words and using pictures. See? Discriminating first and last sounds in different words. That means identifying the first and last sounds in spoken words and pictures. Blending sounds into words. Assemble individual sounds in the spoken words. And segmenting spoken words into sound. Disassembling each sound heard in a spoken word. Okay? So the assessment that you need to do for phonemic awareness are as follows. For the area of beginning and ending sounds, the teacher should ask the student, what sound do you hear at the beginning of the word cat? And the child will say, K. And they'll say, great. What sound do you hear at the end of the word cat? And the student should say, T. All right, good. Now, a differential assessment method for students who struggle with producing sounds is to say, point to the picture with the same beginning sound. See? Point to the picture with the same beginning sound. That's why pictures are so helpful, because they allow you to differentiate your lesson based on a child's abilities. Okay? So don't think that because a child doesn't talk doesn't mean that you cannot assess them in this area. Okay? So that was initial and final sound identification. The second part of phonemic awareness is discriminating sounds in different words. They sound a lot alike, but let me show you how that works. The teacher would say, tell me if the sounds at the beginning of these words are the same or different. Cat, cow. Pictures can be used also. And the child would say, they're the same. But if you said cat, fish, cow, then they should be able to tell you which word is different. Okay? By the sound. So if you're using pictures, remember the pictures should not even have words on them. Okay? The next section of phonemic awareness is blending sounds into words. So far we have finding the initial and final sound identification. Then we have discriminating sounds in different words. And we have blending sounds into words. And for blending, we'll talk about blending and segmenting together. Blending and segmenting requires the ability to manipulate individual phonemes. You should be able to assemble them into words, segment them into individual sounds from spoken words. Here's the example. The teacher says, what do these sounds make, Carol? And the child says, cat. Or the teacher says, what sounds do you hear in the word cat? And the student says, cat. See, simple. All right? Those are things you can do to assess their ability to to blend and segment sounds. Okay? They should be able to pull words apart and pull them back together again. Okay, phonological awareness instruction is what we're going to talk about next. Okay, so we just talked about phonemic awareness, and next we're going to talk about phonological instruction.